So here's the pipeline I built with the StreamSets Data Collector Azure Data Lake Store tutorial. Now what I'm doing is I'm reading CSV data from a local directory. So there's my file, New York City taxi data. And all I'm doing, it's a very simple tutorial. I'm masking out PII, so the credit card number. So I'm going to mask out all but the last 4 digits of that and send that to Azure Data Lake Store. So there's my credentials, client ID, and so on for ADLS. And I'm actually going to write files into this taxi directory. So I've had to set up permissions for that. And I'm writing in JSON data format. And really, just to demonstrate in the tutorial that you can read data in one format, operate on it, and then write it in another format into ADLS. I could just as easily be writing CSV data there, and in fact I will. I'll show you that in a couple of minutes. So let's fire off the pipeline, and what you'll notice is there's about 5,000 or so input records, and once this gets started, it's very, very fast. So 1,000, 2,000, 4,000. And it's done already. It's uploaded 5,000 records here. So let's stop the pipeline and go have a look in Data Explorer over on Microsoft Azure. So this is Data Lake Store, and if I just refresh here, what I should see is that I've created a directory under that taxi folder. And here's my data. So you can see there, this file here is 2.8 megabytes. We can drill into that. It's JSON, but so let's just change the format here. Just preview as text. We can't see it as a table. So okay, and we can see there's a JSON object here for each incoming record, and we can see here that the credit card numbers have been masked where they occur in the record. So that's the tutorial pipeline. Now the great thing is we can use, of course, any origin, any processor, and send data to Azure. So if I go back to my pipelines and let's take this one here. This is a little bit more sophisticated. What I'm doing is I'm splitting the card from the cash transactions, and I'm actually computing the credit card number. So if it starts with 4, it's Visa. If it starts with 5-1, etc., it's MasterCard. So I'm using some Python code to do that. And then I'm doing a little bit more processing than that tutorial. This is our standard getting started taxi data tutorial. But I'm still writing it to Azure Data Lake, this time in CSV, because that allows me to analyze it immediately. And I already did that, so let me go back here, find the CSV data. So I already did that in preparation, and I can drill into my data here. And the nice thing about CSV data in Azure, I can see it straight away in this kind of tabular format. And you can see there those credit cards nicely masked, and that credit card type that we computed in the pipeline's been set. And the really neat thing is I can follow guides like this blog post here for analyzing data in Data Lake Store using Power BI, and actually go ahead and do that. So this is a Power BI visualization I built. So this is the credit card types that I computed in my Python, so I can see the kind of spread of different credit card types. And I also did a little pie chart here for the number of passengers. So reading data from local files, doing more or less processing, masking data, or even computing credit card types, sending it up to Azure Data Lake Store, and then I'm able to operate on it with all of the Microsoft tools.